reason we were like on and off like this at the time. So basically, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get the story together as I'm telling it. I don't know. I guess we must have been off of this at the time, and so we were there, and I was with my little cousins, and I took them up. I was watching them at this time, and I took them upstairs. We were going up to the top deck, and there was a pool on the So I remember how I felt, and I just left that night feeling so great. And so, anyways, fast forward, we're at another party, right? And this is where stuff starts to get real. So in this place, it was off door in the club too. It was down this hallway. It was like a big hallway with the elevators. If you've ever been on a cruise, I think you know what I'm talking about. There's always like a big hallway with the elevators on it. And then you walk up and there's stairs in the front. You can go either left or right. And so Club O2 was to the right. So down this littler or smaller hallway, we're there, and there's Club O2 at the very end of that smaller hallway. Once you walk into Club O2, you go up a little bit down this like little, it's not even really a hallway, it's just kind of like a pathway. And to the left, there's the opening of like a little club room, and it's literally just like some seats in there and a couple tables, right? Then you've got, if you go straight, you've got the entire room, the entire party room. And so me and Alex were in this little party room by ourselves. We're in there while the party's going on. There's music playing, the lights are dark, and we're like really close. Like my legs, I think they were over top of him, and we're just like really close to each other, just flirting. And like at this boy, I knows that I like him at this point. Like there's no denying that I like him. I'm just holding myself back for this no good funky boy at home. And I think we have been told multiple times like that we can't be all up on each other or whatnot, because obviously we're kids. They don't want us doing stuff we shouldn't be doing in the club. But so we're in there, and like I'm sitting next to him, and we're just getting closer to each other. And like we had, I don't know what we were talking about. It was something really intimate and like special. And he comes in for a kiss, and I pull away again. But this time I don't pull away as hard. I pull away again, and I kind of like turn back towards him, and he looks me in my eyes. I don't even know if y'all can hear that, but it's a motorcycle. But he looks me in my eyes, and he comes closer, and I start getting closer, and he's coming closer, and I'm getting closer. And yes, y'all, we freaking kissed. We kissed, and it was like, other than the first kiss I had with my husband, it was the best first kiss ever. Like, just because of, and I think it was the best one because of the situation I was in. I felt so crappy about myself because of this person back at home, and he was making me feel so good about myself. And also it was a build up over multiple days. I think it was 2 or 3 days. The days are long when you're on a cruise, so relax, okay? It was like 2 or 3 days, and you also don't have that long when you're on a cruise. You don't have long, so you need to like get a move on. So it was over the course how stupid. And sweet little Alex, I hear like the girls. I think I was friends with one girl on the boat, and I actually think that was who I was with up on the top of the deck when I was with my cousins and I first met Alex. But sticky notes coming off. But yeah, so I had one girlfriend on there, and she came in the bathroom to make sure I was okay. And she went out of the bathroom, and she came back in to let me know that Alex was standing out there, and he wanted me to come here. And I was like, no, like, I can't believe he did this. Like, no, I can't come here. And so he's like talking to me from outside of the bathroom. Inside, the door is shut still. Keep in mind, this is a multiple stall bathroom, so I'm not in there by myself or anything. And I'm like, no, I can't believe you did this. Like, I can't believe I did this. You know, like, just so disappointed in myself. And he ends up getting me to come back out there. And he's talking to me. He's like, I'm so she's like, okay, after 3 rounds of freaking begging, she's like, you better not be doing nothing you're not supposed to be doing. I'm like, I won't. So anyways, I finally get Alex, I was about to say his name, I finally get Alex to come out into the hallway of Club O2 with me, because like I said, he didn't want anything to do with me. And I'm like, hey, like, I'm really sorry about everything that happened, but it's the last night, like, can I have a hug? And I think I had asked for his number, and I got his number, and I'm like, hey, can I have a hug? And so he gives me a hug, and then I pull back, and my heart's like beating out of my chest, and I'm like, can I have a kiss, like, just for the last time? Can I have a kiss just for the last time? I'm not gonna lie, I was desperate for that boy. I wanted him. I wanted to be treated. Like I said, I was in a very toxic situation, so I wanted to be treated like I was the first couple of days again, more than anything in the world at that time. So I really just wanted him to kiss me again. I'm not gonna lie, I was desperate. Like, I wanted him to kiss me again because I wanted to feel like that again. And he, I think he was like, that probably won't be the best idea. I'm like, please. And I'm like, come on, like, remember what we had. And I'm not begging or anything, but I'm just like, come on now, talking to him like I know him. And I think he kept saying like that won't be the best idea, and I feel like he was about to kiss me at some point. And then my mom came back around the corner to get me again because I wasn't coming upstairs, and she caught me like hugging him. And so I kind of like played it off. I'm like, okay, like, great, it was good seeing you, bye, you know. And so yeah, he's like, I'm like, thank God I didn't kiss him, because I would have got my ass beat the freak down. And then we left the boat. It was some time after, actually, I ended up calling him, and when I called him, he was actually very, very mean and rude to me on the phone, like, so incredibly rude to me on the phone. Oh my gosh, I don't even know why I talked to him on the phone, but somehow I would call him and we would talk, and then one time he called me and was like pretending that he was the police or whatever. I don't know what was going on, but he had peed me off. I went the F off on him so bad. I cussed him the freak out on my home phone because I didn't have a cell phone. But yeah, I cussed him out, and from that point on, he was calling me because I was never going to talk to him again after that, because I don't remember the exact prank that he pulled on me, but he peed me all the way off. Like, I was turned off. Not all the way though, but I was turned off. And so I wasn't calling him, and he actually ended up calling me, and he started being nice to me from that point on. We actually became like really good friends. But yeah, we just kind of fell off from talking, and he had a YouTube channel and kind of got spiritual, and I don't know really what he does on his spiritual journey, but I was following his YouTube channel for a little bit, and he would go live all the time, and he would have a lot, like a decent amount of viewers, and probably like in the hundreds or something, and he would talk about me from time to time on the live stream, and I had my little YouTube channel too, and so he would shout me out, and I would love to go back and listen to the live streams that I couldn't make it to, because I wanted to see if he was talking about me. But yeah, so, you know, it was a good little time. Obviously, good times come to an end. But yeah, so that was the story about the boy on the cruise, and yeah, it's just so crazy to look back on all the things that I've done in my life and been through, and it really shaped me into who I am today and the mindset that I have. And I thank God for bringing me out of that space where I was, because I was a bad kid. I was in bad, like, getting into trouble all the time, like with the law. I wasn't doing none of that, but just with my parents' rules, I wasn't following them. But yeah, so that's the end of